Hello and welcome to marketing91.com. In this video, we are going to cover the topic on sports marketing. Let's start with the introduction. Sports marketing is part of marketing. It has two major roles: promoting sporting team and events, and using these events and teams to market products and services. Moving further, this is a service whose goal is to market products and brands. The aim of sports marketing is to help the client plan out the marketing strategy of a sport. It also helps with the promotion of a product or service or a brand or a cause with the help of a sport. Being a key feature of sports promotion, sports marketing includes a range of departments in the sports industry. For example, broadcasting, advertising, digital platforms, social media, ticket sales, and community relations. Looking at the example of FIFA and Adidas, an old and famous partnership in sports is the one between football organization FIFA and Adidas. It is also one of the most successful partnerships. They officially declared that they would continue their long-term partnership in 2013. This means that the official partner, supplier, and licensee rights hold for any FIFA event is with Adidas. This deal is up to 2030 and includes the FIFA World Cup. This partnership between FIFA and Adidas began in 1970. Adidas also has FIFA World Cup's broad licensing and marketing rights because of this agreement. The uniform of many volunteers and the famous ball used in FIFA World Cup matches are provided by Adidas. Moving further, sports marketing mix. The time-tested 4 P's of general marketing are used for sports marketing. These are product, price, promotion, and place. 4 additional P's in sports marketing are planning, packaging, positioning, and perception. Now moving on to the 3 segments under sports marketing. First, marketing of sports. This involves promoting a sport or any sporting organization. Sporting events example would be Olympics, English Premier League, or the National Football League. And when it comes to sporting teams, it could be the FC Barcelona or the BCCI. Moving on to the second segment, grassroots sports marketing. That is, making a sport popular and getting people to play or watch the sport are the goals of this sector of sports marketing. And finally, marketing through sports. This involves using events, sporting teams, and sporting celebrities to promote a product. For example, in 2019, Anheuser-Busch and NFL decided they would continue having Bud Light as a sponsor of the league for another 6 years. This includes the 2022 Super Bowl. As long as the sponsorship lasts, NFL will get more than $7 million per team annually. The award Bud Light Players of the Game is also given by them. Commercials on NFL broadcasts are brought by Bud Light and competitors in the beer industry with huge amount of money. Moving to the second example of Cristiano Ronaldo. One of the wealthiest sports figures in the globe is Cristiano. In 2003, he began this by signing with Nike. He agreed to a $1 billion lifetime deal in 2016 with the same company. For years, he has been wearing Nike cleats while playing. This includes 60 different cleats. Moving on to the example of the famous Indian Premier League. Title sponsorships. The game of cricket, along with India's sport economies, have been reinvented in 12 years by the Indian Premier League. The league got the real estate firm DLF as title sponsor in its first year in 2008. This was a 4-year deal paying Rs 40 crore annually. The Board of Control for Cricket in India made Vivo, a Chinese mobile brand, the title sponsor in 2018. This deal was valued at a staggering Rs 440 crore per year. Moving on, Vivo, however, had to pull out of the most recent edition of the league held in UAE in 2020. This was because of a few reasons. One, since the COVID pandemic had caused an economic crisis, Vivo wanted to reduce the amount it pays. And because of border conflicts with China, the Indian public opinion is not favourable towards them. In spite of these problems, BCCI roped in Dream11, which is a fantasy gaming startup, as its title sponsor. The deal was priced at Rs 222 crores. Finally, you can see from DLF IPL to Pepsi to Vivo IPL in 2016 till 2019, and finally in 2020, it was Dream11 for Rs 222 crores per year. Moving on to the next example of National Football League Super Bowl commercials. The final game of the National Football League is known as the Super Bowl and it's telecast in the US. There are many high-profile ads that are run during the game. These are called Super Bowl ads. The price for airing Super Bowl commercials has kept increasing over the years. This happens for a reason. Super Bowl games are among United States' most watched television broadcast. This means the game has a very high viewership and is seen by people from many demographics. At Super Bowl 1, the average cost for a 30-second ad was $37,500 during the game. At Super Bowl in 2000, it was around $2.2 million for 30 seconds. Further, the cost had doubled to around $4.5 million by 2015, and in 2020, the cost had reached a high of $5.6 million for the same 30-second slot. And finally, FIFA. There are 3 groups into which FIFA sponsors are divided: partners, World Cup sponsors, and regional supporters. For the 2018 World Cup, a group of 7 partners signed up to FIFA's highest level of sponsorship. These partners are all global brands. The newest of these sponsors are the Middle East Qatar Airways, Wanda Group, Gazprom, a Russian state oil giant. The long-term partners include Adidas, as we discussed before, Coca-Cola, Visa, and Hyundai Kia Motors. These brands have remained closely tied to FIFA. So that's it, folks. This brings an end to the topic on sports marketing. These are some of the sources and links referred to for the content in the video. If you've liked the video, do subscribe to our channel. If you want to view these videos in an organized manner, you can visit freecourses.net, where all our videos are arranged in the form of courses. Thank you and see you in the next video.